Commissioner Alexander,
Here.
Commissioner Crosby. Here. Chairman Ellis. Here. Commissioner Mann. Commissioner Copeland,
Here.
Commissioner Hyder,
Here.
Commissioner Dubrava,
Here.
and Commissioner Means.
Here.
Okay, let's go to the agenda. You have an agenda in front of you. Does anybody have any suggestions for changes or a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
I've got a motion to approve
Second.
and a second. Call the roll. Would you do me a favor?
Yes.
Can you turn your microphone on if it's not on?
Yep. Can you
Because
all
I
hear me
can
okay?
barely hear you.
Is that better? Okay. Commissioner Means,
I'm sorry for. Aye.
Commissioner Dubrava,
Aye.
Commissioner Hyder,
Aye.
Commissioner Copeland,
Aye.
Commissioner Mann,
Was that me? No, sorry.
Commissioner Crosby,
Aye.
Chairman Ellis,
Aye.
Commissioner Alexander.
Aye.
The agenda's approved. Look, now, next item of business is the minutes from the January 12th, 2026 Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. Are there any changes that anyone wants to note for those minutes?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Thank you. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Thank you. Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Crosby,
Aye.
Commissioner Hyder,
Aye.
Commissioner Copeland,
Aye.
Commissioner Means,
Aye.
Commissioner Alexander,
Abstain.
Commissioner Dubrava,
Aye.
Chairman Ellis.
Aye. Minutes are approved. We have 3 public hearings tonight, and so we have meeting procedures that need to be read. Who's got that, Troy?
I'll be doing that.
Thank you.
The Planning and Zoning Commission holds public hearings as required by law and provides recommendations to the City Council on matters relating to land use planning, zoning, and the subdivision of land. Any person who has an interest in the subject matter of a hearing will have the opportunity to provide testimony and provide evidence to the Commission during the public hearing. Speakers are required to conduct themselves in an orderly and respectful manner. Disruptive behavior, including applause, yelling, speaking out of turn, or other inappropriate behaviors will not be tolerated. Additionally, the following applies to any person addressing the Commission. Speakers are limited to 5 minutes unless authorized additional time by the chairperson. Speakers must speak at the podium unless previous arrangements have been made by the chairperson. Speakers must legibly print their name and address on the sign-in sheet at the podium prior to speaking. Speakers must begin by stating their name and address. Speakers should speak clearly and into the microphone. The chairperson will announce the subject of the hearing, followed by a report from staff. The chairperson will then open the public hearing to the applicant, followed by those in favor of the application and those opposed to the application. The chairperson will close the public hearing. During this time, the commission will discuss amongst themselves. The public may not address the commission after the close of the public hearing unless requested by the chairperson. The Planning and Zoning Commission shall base their recommendation and/or decision on information and evidence presented during the public hearing. This decision, if required by the application, will be forwarded in writing to City Council for further consideration.
Thank you. I'll call each of these separately and then call for, as the meeting procedures suggest, we will allow time for the public to speak and and we see where we go. So the first item of business, first hearing, is PDD 26-001, public hearing and possible vote to recommend the approval of an application to change the zoning classification of approximately 18.49 acres located at the 900 block of South Colorado Avenue from Frisco Square amended Plan Development District PDD to Frisco Commons PDD. Chris, could you give us the lowdown on this, please?
Chairman, I'm feeling a little under the weather. I'm gonna try and make it through this as best we can, but I may hurry a little bit. Apologies. Modern Tractor and Supply Inc. has applied to change the zoning classification of approximately 18.49 acres of property located at 900 block of Colorado Avenue from Plan Development District PDD to Frisco Commons Plan Development District PDD. The property subject to the rezoning, again, is 18.49 acres of land. It is currently undeveloped. The applicant is proposing the rezone of the subject property. The applicant is proposing the rezone of the subject property to Frisco Commons Plan Development, a single-family residential subdivision containing a maximum of 74 lots and a density of 4.0 lots per acre. The proposed development plan will allow for single-family residential lots consisting of 74 lots with a minimum lot size of 5,500 square feet, along with detention. The development plan includes two separate areas, A and B, which are identical in all aspects except for the setbacks of the rear yard. The development plan also contains new water, sanitary sewer, associated stormwater systems, and streets to support the development. The proposed development plan is similar to the existing plan adopted in August of 2025 with these differences. The total lot count has been reduced by 1 from 75 to 74. Density has decreased accordingly from 4.05 lots per acre to 4 lots per acre. Front yard setbacks have been lowered from 25 feet to 20 feet for all lots. And the rear yard setbacks have been lowered from 25 to 20 feet for 48 of the lots, while lots that would back up to any of the already established lots in other subdivisions where homes are built have retained their 25-foot setback. Specifically, the proposal includes the following elements. In single-family residential area A, there are a total lot count of 26. The permitted use is single-family residential, and the setbacks are front 20 feet, rear 25 feet, interior side setback 5 feet. And let me see if I get this to work. Okay, you should be able to see the area I'm pointing to here. This is the area that we're discussing along the back there where those homes are. The interior side setback of 6 feet and side street setback on local streets to 15 feet, side street setback on collector street 20 feet. The lot size again is a minimum of 5,500 square feet, minimum width of 50 feet, and a minimum depth of 110 feet. In area B, which is all the remaining lots, mostly in the middle there and along the new street, there's a total lot count of 48 lots. The permitted use again is single-family residential, and the setbacks here are front 20 feet and rear 20 feet. And then interior side setback 6 feet, side setback local street 15 feet, side setback collector 20 feet. Lot size minimum is the same, 5,500, and the minimum width is 50, and the minimum depth is 110 feet. The subject property, again, is undeveloped and is currently zoned as the amended Frisco Square Plan Development District. The current PDD allows for development of single-family residential, the same as the existing one. The specifications for the existing PDD, though, include the following elements. 75 total lots, again, single-family residential. These setbacks, though, are 25 feet on the front, 25 feet on the rear, 6 feet on the side, 15 on the side street local, 20 feet on the side street collectors, with the same minimum lot size of 5,500 and a minimum width of 50 feet and a minimum depth of 110 feet. So that's the existing one. That's what is there today. So again, the thing that's being proposed to change is the front setbacks of 20 feet, and then the rear setbacks on the lots in the middle to 20 feet as well. The purpose of the plan development regulations are to allow for mixed-use, unconventional, or innovative arrangements of land uses and public facilities, which would be difficult to develop under the conventional land use and development regulations of the city. Planned unit developments must demonstrate substantial congruence with each of the following conditions in order to be considered eligible for approval. The proposed development plan shall involve a mixture of variations of land uses or densities. The Frisco Commons PDD contains a residential density not otherwise available within the city's currently adopted zoning districts. The proposed development plan shall involve the provisions of all infrastructure deemed necessary to adequately serve the potential development. The Frisco Commons PDD development plan includes provisions for municipal water and sewer services, a plan for stormwater management, and the construction of connective local streets. The proposed development plan shall involve design elements that promote the City of Republic's comprehensive plan and other adopted plans of the city. The City of Republic's comprehensive and land use plans promote the expansion of residential development at locations supported by the city's water, sanitary sewer, and transportation networks. The Frisco Commons PDD property can be adequately supported by the city's capacities for water, sewer, and transportation. The proposed development plan shall involve design elements intended to lessen congestion in the streets, secure safety from fire, panic, and other dangers, to promote health and general welfare, to provide adequate light and air, to prevent the overcrowding of land, avoid the undue concentration of a population, to preserve features of historical significance, facilitate the adequate provision of transportation, water, sewage, schools, parks, and other public improvements. The Frisco Commons PDD development plan includes the construction of local streets and sidewalks furthering connectivity through the city. The development plan proposes a reduced density that does not cause undue concentration on population and facilities that have the capacity to serve existing water and sewer infrastructure. The city's comprehensive plan and land use plan generally encourages the expansion of residential development through proactive rezoning of land at appropriate locations. Appropriate locations are described generally throughout the plan with regard to the relationship of land at particular locations to infrastructure capable of supporting various intensities and densities of uses. The 21 Comprehensive Plan and Land Use Plan identifies land use goals and objectives relating to the development as follows. Community development goals and objectives. Goal 1, support market conditions to develop a greater variety of residential options. Objective 1B, support a variety of housing developments and styles to ensure those options are available. Coordination with infrastructure. Goal 1, support new development well connected to the existing community. Objective 1A, encourage development that improves and expands upon existing infrastructure. Objective 1B, promote development aligning with current adopted plans of the city. Goal 2, to recognize potential infill sites as opportunities for development while mitigating impacts to adjacent established properties. Objective 1A, support the development of vacant parcels as opportunities for densification that is harmonious with surrounding development. The subject site is surrounded by existing vacant commercial zone properties and developed or vacant residential zoned properties and uses. To the north, across Colorado Avenue, is the Frisco Square Village PDD zoning, which allows for multifamily residential. To the northwest is the amended Frisco Square Phase 2 PDD, mixed residential, two-family and multifamily. To the south is high-density single-family residential R1H. To the east is the Sunset Landing PDD, or Monte Cristo, mixed use of single-family and multifamily residential. And to the west, across Illinois, is general commercial. The proposed development ensures that incoming properties are adjacent to those that are like zoning with single-family residential. The proposed development is planned to allow for less intense residential use than was previously approved in the last rendition of the approved plan development district. The land uses permitted in the applicant's proposal are considered to be generally compatible with the surrounding commercial and residential zone properties and uses in proximity to the subject parcel. The subject site is in proximity to the City of Republic sanitary sewer and water service with existing points of connection to the north and west. Several potential connections are available for both utilities. The development will be served via a looped water system connecting to existing water mains that have points of connection to the north and west. The exact location and size of the water mains required to serve the development will be determined during the infrastructure design process. Effluent from the development would gravity flow to the Woodland Park lift station and then force to the Schuler Creek lift station before traveling back to the wastewater treatment facility. The water system, existing lift stations, and the water treatment facility have sufficient capacity to serve the proposed development at full build-out. The planned development proposes 4 new streets facilitating circulation within the subdivision: Virginia Crescent Drive, Justice Court, Canary Street, and Cordova Avenue. The proposed development plan would create 4 new local streets, providing connectivity within the neighborhood, and 2 collector streets. The new local streets of Virginia Crescent Drive would have access to the existing collector streets to the west and north of Illinois Avenue and Colorado Avenue, thus providing connectivity between the 2 collector streets. In addition, the development plan will create another access point off Colorado with the newly proposed street of Cordova Avenue. In accordance with policy, the applicant was required to perform a traffic impact study, or a TIS, to analyze the impact of the traffic generated by the proposed development. The TIS was then reviewed by Builds and MoDOT staff. The result of the TIS indicate the proposed full build-out of the development will not warrant any traffic improvements. The development plan contains 3 areas designated for stormwater retention or detention, designed to accommodate stormwater generated by the development. The location of these areas is in the northeast corner and the southwest corner, and the center of the development area, as necessitated by the topography of the property. Additional stormwater areas and/or easements may be required through the engineering design process. The stormwater retention detention areas, drainage easements, and all open space common areas will be owned and maintained by the developer and/or a property owners association. The subject parcel does not contain any special flood hazard area or floodplain. The subject parcel does contain 2 identified sinkholes. All construction will be in accordance with section 410.700 of the City of Republic's adopted ordinances, sinkholes and karst features, which does not allow for any construction within a 30-foot setback of the mapped unremediated sinkhole. The development plan proposes the sinkholes and the 30-foot no-build setback from the identified sinkholes to be entirely within the common areas located in the development area. The design and precise placement of streets, sidewalks, water and sanitary sewer systems, and stormwater detention will be reviewed and permitted during the infrastructure permitting process. All developments must include site design providing for sufficient emergency vehicle access as well as fire protection facilities. Additional elements of code compliance evaluated at the time of infrastructure design impacting the development of the subject property include but are not limited to the city's zoning regulations, adopted fire codes, and building code. The next steps in the process of development of the subject parcel upon a favorable rezoning outcome would be the development, review, and approval of an infrastructure permit for the construction of utility services and roads. Staff considers the proposed zoning map amendment rezoning to planned development district to be generally consistent with the goals and objectives of the comprehensive and land use plans, generally consistent with the trend of development in the vicinity of the site, generally compatible with surrounding land uses, and able to be adequately served by municipal facilities. Specifically, the proposed development can be adequately served by the city's municipal water and sanitary sewer services and the city's transportation network. Based upon this analysis performed without the benefit of evidence and testimony of a public hearing, staff is recommending the approval of the application.
Thank you. First, folks that I offer the opportunity to are the applicant or the applicant's representative, if they're here. Please come forward, sign in, I think.
Yeah, I gave Chris my card.
Okay, thank you.
My name is Chris Wynn. I'm a civil engineer with CJW Transportation Consultants located at 5051 South National Avenue, Suite 7A in Springfield, Missouri. First of all, I want to say congratulations on the new facility. This is top notch. I've been in a lot of these, not only locally, but throughout the nation when I was developing for Dollar Tree, and I've seen a lot of them, and this is probably the nicest one I've seen, so congratulations. Chris did a great job, even though he's feeling under the weather, presenting this, but he used a lot of words. So let me tell you what we got going on here. This is almost identical to the plan that you guys approved back in August. Really, the main differences are we've lost one lot. When we kind of got into the plan design phase, we realized one of the lots just wasn't really feasible with how it was laying out. So we lost a lot. We went from 75 to 74, and then really the reason we're here today is to change the setbacks on all of the lots. Generally, city code requires 25-foot front yard setback, 25-foot rear setback. So on the lots on the south and the east side that abut the existing residences, we didn't want to negatively impact them, so we left the rear yard setback at 25 feet, which is consistent with R1 and which is consistent with what was previously approved. We did lower the front yard setback to 20 feet, and then the interior lots and the lots that don't abut existing residences, both the front yard and the rear yard are 20 foot instead of 5-foot front and rear yard setbacks. If we knew this was going to be the case when we came forward, we would have done this the first time. But after we started doing plan development, home builders started looking at this. They came back and asked for more room so they could give a variety of homes. This is one of those things where the building was just given the smaller size of the lots, the homes that they were going to do were going to be very similar. I don't want to use the word cookie cutter, but it was going to be basically one footprint of home or footprints of homes. So they wanted more room so they could come back with a variety of shapes and depths and bedroom counts. So it's really just to provide an option to have more variety in homes. That's really the reason we're here today, is to change that so that we can accomplish that. So appreciate your time and your consideration. Be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Thank you. We might, is there one down there?
Yes, these, the setback changes in footage, do those include easements?
There are easements on there, but most of the easements fall within the setbacks. But are you talking about the square footages of the lots?
No, for instance, the front setback and the rear setback.
Mm-hmm.
Are the easements within that, let's say this, in the front, this 20 foot, are the easements within that 20 foot, or are they added to that 20?
They're within the 20 feet.
They're within the 20 foot.
Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. If you can hang around.
Yeah, I'll be around, and also the developers here if you have questions.
When we get into discuss, somebody else might have a question.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Webb. Is there anyone here who is in favor, wants to speak and is in favor of the application? Yes, sir. Come forward, give us your name and.
Hi, late to this party, but I'm going to speak my piece anyway. My name's John Pennywell. I live in Island Green at 102 Island Green Drive, and I've, gotten to see some of the new developments around town, and I'm concerned because it seems like the developments are set to be like little nodes that are separate from the other developments. And so for kids playing, if they want to go between developments, they have to go out to a busy road and transit that, sometimes without a bike lane, sometimes without a sidewalk even, and put themselves at risk. And I feel that is something that this planning board should be taking seriously. There needs to be some kind of a right-of-way between these neighborhoods to allow for a transit of a walking person going out for an exercise walk or whatever it is, or a bicycle. And it's clearly missing in all the new developments that I see around town. So I'm concerned about it. I want to bring that concern to you because you're the guys that can make the difference. And I'm hoping that you take this seriously and try to implement a small change to a right-of-way, a bike path between these little groups of buildings and make it a town, as opposed to having it just be a bunch of individual developments. Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who is in favor of the application who wishes to speak? Seeing no one coming forward, is there anyone who's opposed to the application? Not seeing anyone coming forward, we'll close the hearing. I'm sorry?
Chris does have an email.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I do have an email from somebody who wasn't able to be here tonight that would like their comments read on the record.
Fine. do
This is
so.
from Christine Kirby at 1169 South Calabria Avenue in Republic, Missouri, 65738. She says, "My property is backed by the land owned by Modern Tractor and Supply. I am in favor of the application for rezone. However, I would want the Planning and Zoning Commission and Modern Tractor and Supply Company to consider that the grove of trees behind my back fence is a bird sanctuary to many wild birds. Also, the land is home to many wildlife animals. My hope is that somehow some of the land with the grove trees can be saved for the birds' habitat and some of the land can be saved for the wild animals' habitat. Thank you for your consideration on the topic. The best to Modern Tractor and Supply Company. Sincerely, Christine Kirby."
Thank you, Chris. Is there anyone else that wishes to share with us their position at this point on this? Seeing that no one else coming forward, I'll close this hearing and we'll move to our discussion phase. Thoughts? Are there any thoughts from the commission on this?
So the main point of this was reducing setbacks. Do we have setbacks of this same kind of caliber in the area or other places in the Republic?
We do in a couple other PDDs that we've got. So Valley Trails and also Wilson's Valley have similar setbacks.
Okay.
Any other comments? Questions?
Motion to vote to recommend the approval of the application PDD 26-001.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to recommend the approval of an application to change the zoning class .49 acres located at the 900 block of South Colorado from Frisco Square amended plan development district PDD to Frisco Commons PDD. Call the roll, please.
Commissioner DeBrava,
Aye.
Commissioner Hyder,
Aye.
Commissioner Copeland,
Aye.
Commissioner Crosby,
Aye.
Commissioner Means,
Aye.
Chairman Ellis,
Aye.
Commissioner Alexander.
Aye.
Thank you. We go to our second hearing, VACA 25-009, public hearing and possible vote to recommend the approval of an application to vacate a draining easement located in Hankins Farm subdivision. Chris?
The Community Development Department is requesting the vacation of a drainage easement located in lots 1 and 2 of Hankins Farm. I've pulled up the Hankins Farm plat here, and just to identify lots 1 and 2, so we're talking about right here. The requested vacation of a drainage easement is a 15-foot wide easement that runs generally parallel with the eastern property line of Lot 1 and 2, and in total is approximately 3,910 square feet. The subject easement has been deemed unnecessary for the conveyance of stormwater relating to this site now or in the future. Vacating this easement would provide for more flexibility to develop a commercial facility on the vacant property of Lot 1 and Lot 2. Once the easement is vacated and the associate development rights will then be reverted to the property owner, Republic 63 LLC. The Community Development Department recommends approval of the requested drainage easement vacation.
Thank you. First, I'll call anyone who is in favor of this application. Who wishes to speak? See no one. I'll go to those who would be opposed to this application and wish to speak. See no one. Let's move to discussion. Any discussion?
Motion to vote to recommend the approval of application vacation 25-009.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to recommend the approval of an application to vacate a drainage easement located in Hankins Farm. Would you call the roll, please?
Chairman Ellis,
Aye.
Commissioner Hyder,
Aye.
Commissioner Crosby,
Aye.
Commissioner Copeland,
Aye.
Commissioner Alexander,
Aye.
Commissioner Means,
Aye.
Commissioner DeBrava.
Aye.
Okay, going to the third hearing, ORD 26-004, public hearing and possible vote to recommend the approval of an amendment to Title VI, Land Use, Chapter 410, Subdivision Regulations, Section 410.400, Access Management of the Municipal Code of the City of Republic, Missouri. Chris?
Thank you. Staff is asking for consideration to approve amendments to Chapter 410 subdivision regulations. Specifically, we're asking for amendments to 410, Section 400, access management. One purpose of Section 410.400 access management is to provide guidelines for intersection and driveway spacing on roadways. The exact spacing requirements are dependent upon the classification of the roadway: primary arterials, secondary arterials, collectors, and local streets. Simply put, the classification system provides a way to categorize roadways by mobility and accessibility. The assignment of different classifications helps to define the role a particular road plays within the broader transportation network. The existing ordinance provides access restrictions for primary arterials, secondary arterials, and collectors, but does not include local streets. Staff has proposed that local streets require spacing of 220 feet between intersections and provides the Community Development Director the ability to use their discretion for spacing between commercial driveways. Staff is recommending approval of the referenced amendments.
Thank you, Chris. First group that I would call is anyone who is in favor of this application that was getting no takers on that. I'll call anyone who is not in favor of the application who wishes to speak. Can't entice anybody else to come. I'll close the hearing. Discussion?
Are there any spacing regulations for residential within local streets?
For residential driveways?
Yes.
Staff considered that and looked into that. Due to the different configurations we see of houses, you often see driveways very close together. Driveway distancing is usually, we find, more dependent on the utilities that are there and avoiding utilities. So we would prefer to have a little bit more flexibility in where those go. Also, there's less of a concern from the safety point of view than on a commercial driveway.
Understandable.
Any other discussion?
Motion to vote to recommend approval of, I lost the, oh, there it is.
ORD
Ordinance
26.
26-004.
Second.
I have a motion in 2 seconds to ordinance 26-004 to recommend the approval of an amendment to Title IV, Land Use, Chapter 410, Subdivision Regulations, Section 410.400, Access Management of the Municipal Code of the City of Republic, Missouri. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Copeland,
Aye.
Chairman Ellis,
Aye.
Commissioner Hyder,
Aye.
Commissioner DeBrava,
Aye.
Commissioner Means,
Aye.
Commissioner Alexander,
Aye.
Commissioner Crosby.
Aye.
Okay, next item of business is citizen participation. Anyone that forward and speak to us on a matter which has not been subject to any of the 3 hearings can come forward now. Can't get anybody to come. Community Development Department update, next item in order.
I don't really have an update other than to welcome our new senior planner, Catherine. And then to remind you guys that obviously we will be in this facility from here on out, so feel free to park in front of this building.
Okay. Appreciate that. Do I hear a motion on the,
Motion to adjourn.
thank you.
Second.
I have a second. I have a motion to adjourn and a second. Call the roll, please.
Commissioner DeBrava.
Aye.
Commissioner Means.
Aye.
Chairman Ellis.
Aye. Aye.
Commissioner Copeland.
Aye.
Commissioner Crosby.
Aye.
Commissioner Alexander.
Aye.
And Commissioner Hyder.
Aye.
Wait one. Wait one. Go ahead. We done? Okay, we're adjourned. The person that on your concern,